Oya, welcome to my channel. Today we are doing a pork ribs recipe. Alright, it is the life and times of Miss Renee YouTube channel. Welcome guys, it is yet another day, and do not forget to subscribe. Alright, so in this video I'm gonna showcase two types of ways that you can cook pork ribs, and then one of the ways is a pot roast, and that was my brother's idea, and then the other one was like a dry fry. That was my idea. So we should be getting started already. So as you can see, I've added some oil to a pan, and then some salt, and the black stuff is soy sauce, water, and then add the pork ribs and let it simmer. Who's got the keys to my bima? Who am I? Because the one on the left was a bit big, so I had to cut it. I had to cut some part of it so that it all fits in the pan, and so that it can all cook together. So we started with my brother's idea, because I actually found him in the kitchen, and I started harassing him and told him, you know what, you have your 2 ribs and I'll have my 2 ribs, and everybody can just cook the way they please. No, okay, it wasn't necessarily bullying, it's just that I wanted like something dry and juicy, and he wanted to do a pot roast because he had seen it on a YouTube channel he watches. All right, so this is basically how I ended up doing the pot roast. First of all, he said, my brother that is, you have to let the meat cook first on a pan, and then you just I kept adding water so that it doesn't get burnt. Yeah, so you just keep turning, and then this meat, as you had seen, it was 2 racks of ribs, but you can just do as many as you wish. Yeah, depending on the number of people that the food is supposed to feed. You can put less, you can put more, it's just up to you, okay? Alrighty, so let's get this show on the road. So the pot roast goes like this. After you do the frying on the pan, or rather the cooking on the pan, the next thing is you put it in a pot. It is literally a pot roast, and then you add the following ingredients. That's carrots, and then you do that's garlic. Alrighty, and then some onions. Yeah, and then you add some water. Now when it comes to adding the water, I would suggest you add like gradually, instead of like all at once. You add like half cups or full cups. Like you add 1 full cup. If the food hasn't cooked to your liking, you add another cup, or you add a half cup, depending on the way the level that the food is at. Now we added some potatoes. The thing here is until the potatoes cook, because you don't want them to like this one. This is some rosemary. Now these ones ended up being like sort of mashed, but the goal, I believe, was not for it to be mashed. Okay, so anyways, let's continue. Now this is my way, the one that I chose. The way that I chose. So I put the ribs as well as some oil, and that is rosemary, and let it boil still on the pan, because hakuna time ya kuchafua kwa dishes, and the way my nails be all done and whatever. And that was crazy. What? Anyways, let's just continue. So after a while, the meat is gonna look like this, but let me show you the road to there. Now first, I noticed that I had put excess water, like kai unaona. Sisi Wakikuyu na vitu za kufloat. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Anyways, so mnavyoona hapa, mnavyoneko hapa. Hii maji ni mingi sana bwana. Hii maji imejaa sana bwana. Ai, haitaweza bwana. Ilibidi nitoweko kidogo kwa sababu hii maji hapana. I drank the water. I drink the water. What am I doing? And then now I just fried it. So we have some onions. At first I made them semi-circular, but eventually I thought maybe if they were smaller it would be even better. Yeah, so I cut them up like kabsa, as you can see. And to save on time, I would recommend that if you want smaller onions, just cut cut small onions from the initial time. Yeah, it saves a lot of time. And time is money. Not drain the water hapo kwa gas. As you have seen, it almost turned out to be a disaster, but we got it under control, tukafanya kwa sink. And then actually the water is really healthy. Like if you feel like you're sick, uko na homa, or you have a COVID patient, or you are a COVID patient, that soup is really nice for your system. All right. So let's just fine up the ribs. Yes, sister, take us to church. Hallelujah. Yes, sister, hallelujah. Yes, sister. Whew. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, I know it's not a Sunday, but amen. So we had some onions, and then I added up, that is ho. I grated it, and then I added some of the soup that I had drained from earlier before, and then I just mixed it all up. This is some water. Kwa hiyo mkebe, in that container there's usually some frozen garlic, ginger, and turmeric. So what I did is nikaweka nini maji moto hapo ndani, and that's what I have actually put in the paste that I am trying to make here. So you just add the meat and let it simmer a little bit. Simmer. The keys to my bima. One day, Lord. Oh, hallelujah. Anyway, enough with the hallelujahs. Anyway, so let's that is some tomato paste, because I was not planning on adding tomatoes, the actual tomato. And then that is the mixture I was telling you about. That is some ginger, garlic, and turmeric. It's usually raw, and then inakatwa, inagratwa, and then we freeze it, and then we use it pole kisha. That's basically how we do it, because duka ni mbali manze, so you can't buy ati mara moja. Yeah. Yes. So just continue adding some water, and that is basically the soup that we drained. If you ended up not putting a lot of water, or if you end up not putting a lot of water in when you're doing it, you should add water, like plain water. Yeah, but me, I was using the soup that I drained, and I actually thought it was good because it was already flavored, unajua. So it's just adding more flavor to the food, to the ribs. So this is the ribs. The one on the right is not fully done, so I had to put it back, but the others are great, are doing fine. You can see this is the result. Yeah, so I put it back and I cook it by itself so that it fully cooks, ndio ive vizuri. Alafu ndio hii hapa tunakata kata. Unfortunately, by the time my rack of ribs were done, the other one yenye ilikuwa kwa pot roast ilikuwa ishaisha. In fact, ilikuwa tumebaki waru and the other ingredients, and the other like whatever, the ingredients or the other accompaniments that, not accompaniments, not as in hizo waru zenye tulikuwa tumeka peke ndo zilikuwa zimebaki. Yeah, the pot roast was really, really good. Like, it was so tasty. It was really, really tasty, and even this the way I did it was also really tasty. I would just call it a dry fry pork. Yeah. Although we did a lot of wetness. Tuliweka maji mingi. Yeah, so this is the result. As you can see, so nice. I'm telling you, both of the methods worked wonders. As in, the meat was amazing. Amazing. Woo! Stacking up the plate. So here we go. Ndo tuende sasa tukule tudishi tumalize. I had some other accompaniments on the plate. You can see kuna hoho, kuna some ndoma, there's some what is it? Acha tuone vizuri. Kuna some hoho, potatoes from the pot roast, mhogo, that is deep fried cassava, and then we have some avocado, and then the ribs themselves, and then let me tell you something, deep fried arrowroots are the best thing that will ever happen to you, I promise you. Anyway guys, it has been lovely.